How we do it? This is last time he was here 2 weeks ago, he let us know that he works at Netflix as an analyst. So I was just chatting up a little bit about analysts. What do you analyze? So, hey, tell our group this analyst job at Netflix. What's that all about?
Yeah, thank you, Tom. I appreciate it. So my name's Adam. I'm an analyst at Netflix, and right now we're dealing with basically getting lawsuits internationally, worldwide. And that's very complicated because every country likes to operate a little bit differently. So basically we have a giant intake process where we have all this data and we're trying to make sense of what's the most efficient way to process these claims. And it's tough because people like to try to, well, there's a mix of substantial reasons for claims, but also just people wanting to get a refund on the content that they watched and didn't like. So being able to figure out who's the innocent person versus not so innocent is a big factor in it.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Doesn't he seem like a very confident?
Yes.
I mean, and he does presentations that work and all that. So the the main takeaway here is if you have any comments, claims, this and that with Netflix, he's going to get
Your free refund. Yeah.
he's going to get us to the front of the line. That's the little perk that he's providing to the group here. You know, I watched that Netflix movie that just came out Thursday night, Murders Club or whatever that is. I liked it. So you won't be hearing from me for
That's one.
All right. Natalie, our president's not here tonight, so Chris, you're opening up in place of Natalie, and then
all right.
me as Toastmaster.
All right.
Hey, Tom.
Yep.
Good evening, everyone. Good to be back. Seems like I've missed my family for 2 or 3 weeks here. So I've been close since 2019, so missed all your faces. But I've been busy. I did a presentation today at NVIDIA to about 60 people, and I'm going to be doing that every week now, you know, for the new hire cohorts. So that's really exciting. And we did another financial literacy class. We did at the library, our second session, for teens in Scotts Valley to learn about paychecks and deductions and FICA, and why what they get is not what they think they're going to get, right? A lot more surprised about that. And Ray and Melissa were there to support me setting up the venue, so thank you for that. Round of applause for Ray and Melissa. They brought their 2 beautiful daughters there, and their older one actually sat through probably half the presentation and took in a lot of good information. So in the spirit of sharing our wins, I'd like to get 2 people to come up here. You know, we didn't ask anyone to do this ahead of time, but someone that has a story recently, some way that being a part of Los Gatos Toastmasters impacted their speaking ability, impacted their confidence, and allowed them to actually appreciate and embrace the moment versus kind of pausing and being fearful of that moment. So who here would like to step up and just share, humbly, a win that they've had recently? All right?
Humbly.
Yeah. Do we have anybody? We have business owners. We have Ray was talking about using it for business as well. Okay, all right, let's go. So, Sonia is our Vice President of Public Relations, has been doing a stellar job helping us have a nice digital presence. And how are you using Toastmasters?
Well, okay, so last week I did my icebreaker, which for me was very, very difficult. But prior to that, I've gotten to do 2 toast, is that what you'd call it, right? So my mother had her 80th birthday. I don't freeze up in front of family, so that's really nice. And I was able to go in, do I know my mom really well, like I've known her my whole life, so I had a lot of really good things to say about her, so I picked three things. And I only forgot the ending, so that was okay. I didn't get jittery like I do here doing a more formal thing. So for me, that was still a win, because when it comes to family and doing those type of things, it's very meaningful for me. So thank you guys.
Good job, Sonia.
Thank you.
Yep. I believe you did something for a celebration of an anniversary also for your father-in-law?
Yes, I did that. Yes.
60 years maybe? How many years?
60 years.
Wow,
Yes.
congratulations, and she did the speech, and the timing was impeccable, it was so funny and genuine, and she had all the right punchlines in a respectful way, and also, those are the things that the younger generation needs to hear, because they don't know all those stories, right, about their elders, and they can appreciate them more as people versus just, grandma and grandpa. Okay, so one more, come on. Right, B, let's do it, come on, B. Hey!
Mine is really tiny.
Okay, it's okay.
So it wasn't a big presentation, but I had an opportunity to explain some databases to new postdocs in the lab. And in the past, I would have found a way to get sick and passed out some sort of manual and given people very detailed instructions on how to do it to avoid talking to them, even on Zoom. But this time, I felt okay, and I explained the material, I got people to ask questions, and somehow people feel so comfortable that they asked me for consultation for statistical stuff, so I was so happy. It was just a great
Hey, B, hey! You have the knowledge, you have the power, you have the insight, and you know what? We all have information to share with others to help them, right? So, and I remember as we close out, and I hand it back to Tom as a Toastmaster tonight, Adam, I took a tour with a friend of mine that was an engineer at Netflix.
Nice.
And we went through, and then we eventually got to this big theater area.
Yeah.
And it had a director's chair up on the stage, and I said, wow, look at this place. Probably 400 seats or more.
Yeah.
And I hope that you can get up there and do something one day for fun, or maybe start your own Netflix corporate Toastmasters club for fun. That'd be great. 10, 15, 20, 30 people, and you guys can sit in there, eat your popcorn, have your root beer, whatever you want to do, and do some nice speeches up there, because you have a perfect venue.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
So keep it in mind, but you can start here.
Yeah.
All right, let's have some fun. Let's welcome Tom Martese, our Toastmaster tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks. So I'm Tom again. I'll be your Toastmaster tonight. I'll spare you the jokes because we want to stay on time tonight. So if we have time at the end, I can prepare. Just know that. 3 speeches tonight. BJ, Anant, and Vivian. Table topics will be led by B. Speech evaluators, Nina will be evaluating BJ. Chris will be evaluating Anant. And Ray will be evaluating Vivian. How about that? Ray stepped in at the last minute for Marcos, who isn't here tonight. Speaking of stepping in for Marcos, who wants to be the timer tonight? Going once? Going sold? Melissa. Okay, so we have red, green, red or
We can use
green,
pink.
pink.
Good substitute.
Pink's a little softer.
I don't have
yeah.
my phone, so
Oh,
I'll
that's
keep
okay.
it locked.
Pink's a little softer.
So impactful.
I'm gonna make some next week.
Okay.
Sir?
So,
Good job,
Melissa,
Dee.
Yes.
let's roll a timer. What does that involve?
Oh, right.
You know how we do it. You know how we do it.
Don't want to cause any carping. so
Oh.
Oh, hey, right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Just like that. Wow.
So it's been a while, so correct me if I'm wrong. So for our, do we have any icebreakers?
Not tonight.
Okay, so regular ones are 4 to 6 minutes?
5
No,
to 7.
5 to 7, okay, so 5 to 6 minutes, 6 to 7 minutes, and then when you hit the end at 7, it's this, yeah? Okay, then for table topics, 2 minutes, I think is what you got?
1 to 2 minutes.
1 to 2, so 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. Evaluators are 3 minutes.
2 to 3.
2 to 3 minutes. It's been a while. 2 minutes, 2.5, right? 2.5.
Yeah. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes,
Three.
2.5.
And then with the 4. Yes? Oh, no, on the phone
No,
to
it's
time.
2,
2
2.5
to
or
3.
3.
2 to 3
Okay.
Just time in your head.
Yeah, I'll just time in my head.
Yeah.
Or your phone.
1001, 1002.
I'll use his phone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do you have a phone, right?
Yeah.
So that's everything, yeah?
Yep.
And then you report at the end.
I'll report at the end.
Perfect,
Okay.
thank
Thank
you.
you, Melissa.
Our all counter tonight's Daisy. This role of all counter, I mean, we hear about it all the time, but we're a little confused. What is that?
Oh, yeah.
Hi everyone, I'll be the counter today, and I'll be
paying close attention to any filler words or sounds such as like, so, and, or repetitive words like, you know, and I'll report at the end.
All right, they do.
The narrator tonight is the esteemed Carl Strick. What is that?
The word of the day is carp, and I hope that I won't have too much to carp about when you make mistakes, grammatical mistakes. Anyway, I'll be looking to see how I can be helpful in correcting any grammatical mistakes that you might make, awkward phrases, malapropisms, whatever. And I will be looking for those, and I hope I'll be helpful. Thank you.
Carl, what does carp mean?
Oh, yes, of course, carp.
Maybe they
It
killed it.
means to complain in an unpleasant way.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way to complain?
Well, there must be ways to complain that are, you know, perhaps a little more diplomatic or something, but to carp is to be, that sort of thing.
Yes.
There's a long example in there, but it's too fine for me to read, and it's too long for you. We don't have time. Thank you.
Thank you, Carl. And as we say in Toastmasters, these meetings are a carp-free zone. Carp-free. See what I did there? But the idea with the word of the day is we'll encourage people to use it throughout the meeting. And Carl, you'll keep score as to who used it when. Just put down the first one. I used it just now. Can you keep an eye on him? Just give him a little nudge if he forgets. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Carl. Last but not least, Caton as our general evaluator. Have you done this role before?
This is my first.
Come on up. All right. General evaluator. What does that involve?
So sorry, Tom. I generally read about my role
Okay.
before I take up that role.
Yeah.
This is the first time
No
I'm taking
worries.
a general evaluator role.
But you've
So,
seen that.
well, yeah, I've seen others doing that. So I'll look at the evaluation done by the individuals who are specific to the speakers and try to do something more or different from them.
Yes.
So I'll do my best.
Yeah,
Thank you.
just observe the meeting from start to
Yeah.
ending and what we did
Yeah.
well and what we might want to improve upon. That
Right.
type of thing.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you for taking that one. Okay, let's get the show on the road. We have speaker number one, VJ, and introducing VJ will be his evaluator, Nina. Nina, the floor is yours. Welcome.
It's my pleasure to introduce our first speaker tonight, Vijay Gupta. His speech is called Taming the Inner Wave, and this is Presentation Master Pathway, Level 1, Project number 3. And the objective of this project is to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance a speech. And the general description of the speech is we've all been caught off guard by a sudden wave of emotion. Our next speaker will share a personal story about one of those rush waves and how to find your way back to shore. Welcome, Vijay.
Imagine yourself on a sunny beach. It's a warm, beautiful afternoon. Lazy waves are washing up the beach gracefully. Perfect day for cooling off in the surf. You run with excitement and dive into the soothing water. You come up, you're waving to your friends on the beach. Suddenly, a rogue wave hits you from behind, pushes you down, sends you tumbling around and round. Panic sets in. After what seems like an eternity, you wash up on the beach, drenched, stunned, and gasping for air. This is exactly what feels like when an emotional wave hits you. I was once hit by an emotional wave. I was in 7th grade. It was an afternoon in the market of my small town. Shops lined up on the both sides of the road, horse carts pulling through as shoppers navigated the narrow space. On one side of the road, I'm minding my own business. I'm walking towards home. Ouch! Something hit me from behind. I stumbled. I almost fell to the ground. I got up, dusted myself off. Fuming with anger, I turn around and I see a bike and a biker fallen on the road. As he rose, I punched him in the face. Soon, crowd gathered. They separated us and sent us our way. As I was walking towards home, soon my anger was replaced by fear. After all, I was a lean, skinny 13-year-old teen. He was in his 20s, much taller than me. If he wanted to, he could have easily retaliated, pinned me down and beaten me up. But he didn't. He was short, as was I with my behavior that day. That day, I wasn't myself. It was out of character for me. For a long time, all I could think was, why did I act that way? And it was only one and only time I have done that. Through experience, observation, and some reading, I have learned to understand how our brains, especially mine, work. My behavior that day was a result of me absorbing the environment around me, environment of conflict. I was hit by an emotional wave. I was drenched, stunned, and gasping for air. Does it mean that we are helpless? No, we are not helpless. Like a computer by itself doesn't decide how it works or whether it is doing something good or bad. We have an inner operator, similar to the computer operator who decides. The inner operator is called ego. Ego is influenced by 3 filters, which is our programming: predispositions, our learned behaviors, and beliefs. On that day, my ego saw everything through those filters and caused me to behave the way I behaved. Ego plays a very critical role seeing through that filter, but we can learn to tame it. Even though we cannot tame the waves in ocean, we can learn to tame the waves in our mind. Next time you are hit by an emotional wave, a rogue wave, I urge you to ask yourself, what is at play? Is it your predispositions? Is it your learned behaviors? Or is it your beliefs? Question them, change them, and replace them. With practice and time, you can learn to navigate the waves of your life and tame them. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
One of your best. One of your best, VJ. One of your best.
Nice show. Well done. So let's take a
I'll need a
moment to
reminder,
give VJ
especially
some
me.
feedback. Use the QR code. That's here you go. QR code. He's speaker number one.
You need it, or you got it? You good?
For some feedback from VJ, what you liked, if there's anything that you think he can improve upon.
I guess I can find your
And if it's,
Pull down from the top.
Oh my gosh, my ear.
and each speaker gets their feedback via Trello on the next day, so whatever comments you have, they'll see it, and it gives them an opportunity to improve, and also have an understanding of what they done well, what they might want to work on. That was VJ's 3rd speech in Toastmasters. Well done, VJ. VJ. The only thing we ask is that please no carping in the feedback. Two of them. Thank you. I'm gonna win tonight. I'm determined.
Oh, there is a contest?
All right, let's wrap up our feedback. And our next speaker tonight is Anant, very experienced speaker in the club, and his evaluators, Chris, this Anant guy, can you introduce him?
Absolutely.
This random guy.
Another star speaker. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate that. Okay, Anant Kumar is our second speaker tonight, and Tom actually started the great tradition of the evaluator introducing the speaker, as would be done in a more formal event. Our speaker's name is Anant Kumar. The title of the speech, "The Family That Streams Together Screams Together." It's like we just wrote this straight for
Netflix.
This is amazing. No carping, okay? No ceiling.
No ceiling.
That too.
No claims, no complaints. No
Pathway information. So for those that aren't familiar and want to refresh your pathways, is something we sign up for. It's a focused progression of learning. It's a learning path in Toastmasters. And when you become a Toastmaster, you pick a pathway and you go from level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and each level has 3 projects in it. So you're progressing through as you're growing as a speaker. This is a non-pathway speech, however, so this is for fun.
Yes.
This is for fun, and we encourage that as well. Stated purpose, to inspire your audience. So let's keep an open mind. Maybe we'll be inspired tonight. And note, if the speech is non-pathways, well, let's skip on one sentence. General description of the speech. In this humorous speech, I reveal, not reveals rather, how a simple Wi-Fi outage turns my home into a comedy of desperation, drama, and digital withdrawal syndrome. This is really intense, so I can't wait to hear about it. Anant Kumar, everybody.
Fellow Toastmasters, there are two kinds of people in the world. One who have great Wi-Fi signal. Others who live in my home.
Oh.
Dad, my internet is down. Wi-Fi is not working. And just like that, my beautiful, calm evening turns into a natural emergency. My son, who is a teenager, is the first one who gets panicked at it. He shouts from his room, "Dad, Wi-Fi is down. I can't finish my school project." And I was like, "Oh sure, yesterday that very important school project suspiciously looked like a Minecraft with lava explosion." He barged into my room like a politician making a demand. "We need fiber internet. All my friends have it." And I'm like, "I hear you. Maybe let me call the mayor and duck the street overnight to lay the fiber optic cable for you. While I'm at it, maybe I should call the Elon Musk, who can immediately send you a Starlink connection." My daughter is at another level. She is TikTok and YouTube freak.
Oh.
These are not just the apps for her. These are the real oxygen cylinders for her. She shouts from her room, "Dad, my video is stuck at 97%. I have been working on this video since last 2 hours and it it's not uploading anymore. It froze. And I was like, 97%? Maybe your future job at NASA depend on it. Or maybe it's like a breaking news to the whole world with that lip syncing video. And then my wife enters the scene. She coughs in an amazing way. She doesn't scream. She doesn't shout. She looks at me and asks, by the way, why the internet is down? And that's it. Those 6 words, no drama, quite judgmental. That's very terrifying for me. And then she's like, can you fix it now? And I, slowly moving towards the corner of the living room where we set up our router, looking at this router, blinking LEDs, and I don't even know why this stupid box behaved in this way at this odd hours when everybody is at home. I was thinking, I tried some of my engineering tactics, but it did not work. But then I resorted to the real engineering solution. I reset. I reset the router and waited patiently, pretending myself that I'm really doing great work in fixing the router. And voila, after a few minutes, the internet started working. And the whole house was is celebrating as if we won $1 million lottery. And after that, I could go back to my room and, take a glass of wine and celebrate this success. When the internet is not that bad, we had also tried using the public Wi-Fi, which is Xfinity. People who have Comcast connection, they know they can use the Xfinity Wi-Fi. But don't get started me on that. The experience of using Xfinity Wi-Fi is really bad. Think about it, your internet is working, your ping is going, and the moment you jump on a Zoom or Google Meet meeting and say, good morning folks, here is today's agenda, and then slight pop-up appears, your internet connection is slow. And there it is. It's not about internet, then it's all about your life evaluation. And one fine day, not only just internet, our whole power was gone. The kids were melting down as if it's a matter of survival. They were saying, there is no there is no internet, there is no electricity, and there is no running water from the fridge. How do we survive? But we set up a table, lit some candles, and had a candlelight dinner. While the kids were freaking out, pretending as if it's the end of civilization, for us, it brought back some good old memories. Those days when we were growing up, candlelight dinners were normal. They were not a national emergency. They were the time for talk, laughter, and making a connection. But that time did not last that long. The moment the power came, everybody bolted to their devices. So next time when your Wi-Fi is down or the power is down, your son may not complete a project, your daughter may not upload a video, or your wife may not be happy because she could not watch her favorite Netflix show. But this is the time when the internet is down, your family comes together. They talk, they laugh, they share stories. And that time you realize that strongest connection doesn't come from the router. That's right. Thank you.
Wow. Nice message. Nice. Nice
That was a
message.
great one-line finish. I love the message there at the end. Well done. Very entertaining, not as usual. I like how you took sort of a common experience, or experience that we all sort of bump up against now and then, but really showed us the drama that comes with it sometimes in the household, because we take it for granted that that light will always be shining nice and bright. And then when it's beeping or it's red, we freak out. Let's give Anant some feedback. He's speaker number 2 on a Google form. What you liked, any areas for possible improvement. And again, he'll see the comments tomorrow in Trello. About a minute, 30 seconds. And yeah, so Anant's speech tonight wasn't a pathway speech. He had a topic that he thought would make a great speech, which it did. And so keep that in mind. If something comes to mind that doesn't fit nicely into a pathways project, feel free to work with it and come here with an interesting speech like Anant did. And we welcome the non-pathway speeches too. Okay, wrap up the comments. Next up, third speaker will be Vivian. And Vivian's evaluator tonight is Ray. Ray, this Vivian, what is she doing tonight? What's her speech?
Good evening, everyone and guests. Tonight I have the honor of introducing Vivian. She will be taking us home tonight with another great speech titled No Mentors, No Problem. Pathways information is, she's on the presentation mastery, and she's on level 2, and this is project number 3, and her stated purpose is the introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. And the general description of the speech is to present a different perspective to mentorships. So everyone, let's welcome Vivian.
Good evening, everyone. So how many of you had that sinking feeling when someone just talked about his or her life-changing mentor? At that moment when somebody just like keep going on and on and on about how Mr. Mentor or Miss Mentor has transformed their career. And you were sitting there thinking, where's my mentor? And what's wrong with me? I've absolutely been there many times. At once I was thinking about joining a spin out, and it seems like everyone else has someone whispering some kind of strategic advice in their ear. And over later on, I was thinking about going on solo with my career, my own firm, and I keep hearing entrepreneurs raving about their mentors who open doors and share a lot of insider knowledge. And there I was watching everybody got fast-tracked, and I was there all by myself trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. So the anxiety is so real. But today, I'm going to share with everybody why I think that anxiety is actually protecting us, and more importantly, what we can do about it. So let me tell you a little secret. Not all mentorships are awesome. Harvey Weinstein branded himself as a mentor, and he brutally and shamelessly exploited that power. a few years ago, Goldman Sachs was fined $215 million because its mentorship system was more like a boys' club that excluded women. And Elizabeth Holmes used famous, prestigious mentors to legitimize her fraud and Theranos. So that mentorship problems are not just famous people's problem. I actually reached out to a very successful entrepreneur who agreed to mentor me. So the first meeting, she canceled on me. The second meeting, she wanted to talk about emotions. And the third meeting, I could tell that she was calling from a bathroom. Apparently that was the only quiet place at the party that she was at. And the fourth meeting, she again canceled on me. So the message was clear. Then he got me thinking, wait, maybe the traditional mentorship is not the perfect solution or approach for everybody. And maybe not having the traditional mentorship is a freedom from power imbalance, a freedom from dependency. What if mentors are everywhere? I'm not talking about the M, like the capital M for mentors, but anybody or whoever has something that we can learn from. Once I got this mindset, 3 strategies emerged. First, collect micro mentorships. Instead of learning from one, why not learning from many? So look, the barista's customer service are impeccable. That's something that we can learn from. And or your colleagues' presentations that just like, wow, amazing. And how about neighbors' work-life balance? Those are our teachers. And the second strategy is open our network. Instead of waiting for the one perfect mentor to appear at my doorstep, I came to Toastmasters. And every speech here, honestly, seriously, teaches me something. Never fails. And I've learned so much from every single advice or feedback that has given to me. I really learned a lot. That teaches me so much. So the third strategy is to drop the judgment. If we think somebody who's not successful to be successful enough to be our mentor, we miss a lot of opportunities. And think of somebody struggling with the old challenges that I might already have entered or faced before. They actually have a lot of fresh insights that I might have forgotten. So the anxiety for not getting, the anxiety of not having mentor is actually anxiety about not learning or growing fast enough. So if I see everyone as my teacher, then I don't need a permission to grow, right? So I don't need anybody else to validate my journey. I have something probably better than mentorship, that is to learn from everybody. So no mentors, no problem. I've gotten a world full of teachers. Thank you.
All right, great.
Knocking it out of the park tonight.
Now I can crack jokes.
That was great. That was
Now
great.
you can relax. Okay, let's give Vivian some valuable feedback. Since we're all her mentors, and you heard her, she's
Yes.
learning from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And she will take this feedback, which she said has helped her a lot, and she will incorporate it into her next speech. Well done, Vivian.
Thank you.
Very well organized and well rehearsed. Yeah. When Vivian first started giving speeches here, she would come up with all her notes, pages of notes.
You know why I sit so close to the earpiece? I could. No, I'm just kidding.
You didn't need many notes tonight.
Is it the first no notes?
No, last time.
The first no notes speech?
I think I only used once.
One? Oh, okay.
I try not to use it.
There's a lot of details on there too. That's good.
Yeah.
Last, the previous was on the hand?
Or just a few.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I have another 30 seconds. And she's speaker number 3, and when you're done with the feedback, hit next at the bottom of the Google form, and that'll take you to Table Topics page. And speaking of Table Topics, we're now at that point in the program where everyone and anyone can participate. You know how we do it here, Table Topics. B will be our Table Topics master tonight. Come on up, B. She filled in at the last minute. B, what do you got
Yes,
for us
but I'm
tonight?
still open to hearing all your carping about my questions that I
Uh-oh.
can get in 30 minutes, so that's okay, feel free to. And I got one for you too.
Oh, nice.
Because I knew a guest was gonna show up, so do you wanna go first or last?
You're going.
I'll go first.
Hey.
Okay, so my question for you is, what challenge have you faced that you're now grateful for? And
Wow.
yeah, give us whatever you got in mind.
That's deep. All right. Very deep crowd here. Yeah. Let's see.
Take your,
Yeah,
30
sorry,
seconds to
can you
think.
repeat
Yeah.
Okay, it's Toastmasters,
Absolutely.
right?
Well, yeah,
So the
you got 30
question was,
seconds to
what
think about it.
challenge have you faced that you're now grateful for?
Okay. Okay. It's a little deep, but I am grateful for, personally, I'm very grateful for, well, looking back in hindsight, now that it's the present day, my parents divorced when I was a kid. Because at the time it was very tumultuous and it was, you know, it wasn't a pretty situation. Fantastic parents, love them both. It just didn't work out with a lot of the situations that were going on. But eventually, kind of getting through that and recultivating dynamics with my mom and dad, I was able to kind of learn basically, you know, how to take time to understand yourself before, you know, maybe involving yourself with someone else. And that's very important because, you know, while we try to find someone to make a connection with, we might at times lose ourselves in the process, but it's important to always keep that grounded side about you so that you grow with the person. And it's a teamwork together and not kind of a deficit. Yeah, that was very deep, but yeah, that's my lesson there. Yeah.
You're deep.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. Yep.
All right, the rest are for the rest of us who have been coming to Toastmasters. So I'll just, how many do you think I can ask? 2 or 3?
Two? Yeah.
Okay, here's the first one. Oh, wait, who wants to come up? I'm supposed to not give you a warning, so, all right, come on up.
Hey, Maria.
What part of Toastmasters are you most grateful for? Feedback, leadership, community, or something else, and why? You want me to repeat that?
Feedback, community, leadership.
Or something else, and why?
Something else. And why? Because I don't believe in something one. So I always integrate everything because for me it only works when I integrate all parts. I like to integrate maybe parts that don't look integratable. So community is great. That's why I chose this this club. And unlike VJ, Taming the Wave, for me it's like making decision in the moment. It's how I make decisions. I don't have those waves. It's right. So I felt this is the place, and I decided right away. And so the community is empowering and challenging. So this is about feedback too. Community and the feedback, when I trust the feedback from this community. Leadership. That's why in 2 months after joining the club, I took the president role. It was comfortable enough to push myself or challenge myself or make a silly decision, try myself. What else? Public speaking. I wanted to improve my language, to improve my speaking skills, and everybody saying that I did so much improvement, and I feel myself. I opened up my potential, and I feel it, and I'm so grateful to this club.
Okay, anyone else want to take up a question?
Nina.
Please share one thing you were nervous about in Toastmasters that you are now grateful for.
I'm not grateful.
That you are now grateful for.
Okay. I think this was my second time to do this table topic thing. The first time was when I was a guest, and this is the second time. And I'm always having problem when people ask me something and that I need to respond very quickly. And that's why I set up today, and I decide onward, if I have enough encouragement, I will do that for every meeting. So that will help me to build up the confidence maybe when I respond others' question immediately. And that's one of the most thing I'm very grateful. And another thing is I really like the atmosphere here, the vibe. People are supporting and encouraging you do something like I never did before. Like now, I'm speaking for a table topic, and that's it. Thank you.
Okay, who's the next brave soul who wants to come up?
Come on, don't be bashful.
Looking at you, Keaton.
Whoever wants to.
Well, I'll do one.
All right, come on now. You're perfect at this one.
All right.
How has Toastmasters helped you discover something about yourself that you now appreciate?
How has Toastmasters helped you discover
something about yourself that you now appreciate?
Yeah, well, that's easy for me. It helped me discover that I could overcome my fear of public speaking. I'd always heard about Toastmasters, never really completely understood what it was all about, but it wasn't until my nephew asked me to officiate at his wedding that I springboarded myself into Toastmasters. I had this tremendous fear of public speaking, but I knew I had 6 months to go to speak and officiate at the wedding. And through Toastmasters, I was able to overcome this fear of public speaking to the point now I've been officiated a second wedding, I've spoken at celebrations of life, spoken in a courtroom as a character witness for a friend of mine, things that I could never imagine before Toastmasters, that I would have shied away from. So, those would be the areas that I was most grateful for improvement. Thank you.
Are we done? Are you
Yeah, I think we're.
I think we're good.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you.
Thank you,
Adam.
B.
That was
Thank you, B. Great job.
So on,
So, oh
page,
yeah, everyone needs to take a moment to vote. on
Yes.
their
Yep,
favorite
yep.
tabletop.
yeah,
speaker.
so we had Adam, and then Maria, then Nina, and then Tom. Just so, in case some of you are wondering, you spell my name T-O-N. Oh, I mean, there's some. Hey,
That's a hard one.
Can you say that again?
There's a T, an O, and an M. Now remember, the O's in the middle, that's the key part.
See, only Adam asked.
Then hit submit, and we'll tabulate all the votes. Chris will do that, and we'll post the speaker feedback controller tomorrow. Okay, we're in the home stretch. Speech evaluations. First up, evaluating VJ will be Nina.
Great job, Vijay. If I have to carve something,
Mhm.
it will be your speech is so perfect. So it reminds me of a book I read recently. It's called A New Earth, written by Eckhart Tolle, and the author encouraged people instead of surprising and not surprising, surprising
Yes.
and fighting with the emotion. He encouraged people to create awareness and presence, so you can create a space between yourself and your emotion. So I really like the topic. And also, you had a great opening. You used a metaphor, people wandering on the beach and hit by a wave. And it's exactly the same way we experienced by hitting by the emotion wave. And you had a very good pace. You paused enough between sentence and paragraphs, so audience people can observe the point you made. And your body language is great. You walk around, you wave, you said, I punch him, like that. Something you might want to work on is when it's eye contact. I found sometimes it happened to me as well. When you think about what I'm gonna be saying next, you look down, and then I lost, the connection, the eye connection. And for the objective of your project to practice using vocal variety or body language, so I feel the body language part you did is better than the vocal variety. So to challenge yourself, maybe later you can use more vocal variety on the story part. Especially you said when someone hit you and you punch on his face, I feel that part you can do more, work on more. So overall, it's very impressive speech. You don't have any note, and I know you, so sometimes you have a tend to use some filler word, but I didn't find anything in your speech. So I can tell you put a lot of effort on the practicing. And I think that's it. Good job.
Thank you, Nina. Next up, evaluating Anant is Chris. Please go easy on Anant.
Oh, always. Always such a good guy. Anant, great job. Thanks for making us laugh once again. Before we laughed about your dog Rufus, who outsmarted you as he took your sandwich, and now we're learning about the trials and tribulations of Wi-Fi in the home. Great beginning. The joke in the beginning of that statement. I think I was reading about the humorous speech and setting that up, and it's kind of when our brain thinks there's a certain pattern that's going to occur, and then it gets tricked, right? And there's two types of people. Ones with great Wi-Fi and others that don't have it. It's just like, it sounded so serious, and it's like, but that's the world we live Very interesting. You were smiling when you talked about your son and your daughter and your wife, and you had us all smiling too. We were there with you. The story is so relatable. Sometimes we want to throw our riders out the window, don't we? Right? And we're supposed to have the best technology here in the Silicon Valley, but it still trips us up sometimes. Great sarcasm as well. The sarcastic attitude towards and with your children. Say, oh, let's just lay down fiber in the ground. Let's call the Elon Musk to bring in Starlink, right? And that sometimes children just think we can snap our fingers and make something like that happen, but it's kind of impractical. Things that you can improve on. For me, I was looking at you and I was your evaluator, but you had a gaze over here. You were looking at VJ or Melissa or Nina or somebody, or maybe it was B, because she's looking at me right now. It was like right here the whole time. And once in a while I'd get a little bit of love over here, but it was mostly this back corner for some reason. So try to share that, because you're kind of checking in with your audience, right? And you don't have to stare at them, but like make sure they're kind of with you, you know? And then they perk up because they know you're paying attention to them. Also, some grammatical things like describing a candle-light dinner versus a candle-lit dinner. A small catch there with English. Another thing I noticed that could be distracting for the listener, sometimes there's a tendency to end a sound with a pop, like a pop, like some sort of really prominent popping noise. So watch for that in the recording. I would say at the end, to close out, great message at the end. We all need that message, and it's interesting that through all the chaos and the lack of technology and you trying to fix it, that's where your family actually found real connection. Around the dinner table, with lit candles, talking to each other. And I think it was probably just 30 years ago that our society mostly had that. And if you wanted to connect with someone, you either talk with them or you picked up the telephone and you talked with them. But we weren't doom scrolling on TikTok or Instagram or anything. And we probably had a different type of attention span as a society. So turn off the automatic queue up the next episode and just kind of moderate yourself. It's a great message. And we all live in this world, but thank you for helping us to understand how we can be better connect with our family.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. And last but not least,
Very funny.
Vivian
Very
will
funny.
be Ray.
I did say that. I should have
It's
said
been a
that.
while since Ray's been a speech evaluator, so
I have been using through
brushing off the
my
dust. What you got for
this
us,
candlelight.
Ray?
This candlelight is something a British word.
Candlelit is what we would say. Maybe it's a
Maybe it's a British word.
All right, so I had the honor of evaluating Vivian tonight, and I have to say it's night and day from when I saw Vivian last. I think was several months ago, and yeah, night and day difference. Just your presence up here, how organized you were. You were obviously rehearsed. No notes. It seemed like you were a little nervous in the beginning, but then you kind of settled in nicely. So I thought that was great. I love the message behind the speech. To me, it was kind of, don't be a follower, but be a student of life, right? And learn from everybody around you. And I thought you had a great voice. I thought you were talking to the back of the room, which is really great. I don't think you did that previously. You had a great smile and facial expressions, which kind of, I don't know, it draws me in.
Yeah.
Good hand gestures. And I liked how you went through the practical advice of giving us the 1, 2, 3 format. What is it? Collect more mentorships or micro mentorships, open network, and drop judgment. I mean, that's great advice for all of us. Right? Yeah, your body language and your voice exuded passion. You really felt like you were passionate about this topic. And I thought your closing was fantastic. No mentorship, no problem. I have a world of teachers. I think that's great. The challenge I would have for you is really, I had no critiques for you other than just speak more. And I think that goes for all of us. And I'm really speaking to myself here. Just get up here, give more speeches, and just get rid of that initial anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Wasn't too bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah, good job. Okay, home stretch, functionary reports. First up is our timer, Melissa. Melissa, how do you do with time tonight? We're going to end on time.
All right. You did a great job on time. Everybody stayed within the parameters. So for official times, for VJ, yours was 5 minutes, 13 seconds. Anant, you were 6:51. Vivian, 5:45. So all pretty perfectly within our range. For table topics, Adam, you were 1:16, which is great. Maria, 1:50, which is good too. Nina, 1:15, 1:15, and Tom, 1:07. Evals were also great. Nina, you were 2:50. Chris, 3:20. And Ray, 1:59, so I was ready for snakes.
One more second.
That's perfect. And that's everybody. So yeah.
Yours seemed longer than that. To me.
Thank you, Melissa. Yeah, everybody who did great tonight on time. Well done. That's what we like to see. Next up, counter, Daisy. Hey.
Hey,
Daisy.
hey.
How are we doing tonight?
I'm going to be taking notes. Speakers and speech evaluators actually did really well. Anant, you had 1 2 likes, and 2 buts. VJ, you had no filler words. Vivian, you just had 1 so. For table topics, we had a few, so I would just say work on that. But overall, great job.
Thank you. Okay, next
Tom,
up.
We have a table topics winner too. B has when you're ready.
Okay, thank you. Next up, grammarian, word of the day. Carl, what do you got for us?
Well, I have very little carping to do. I think that I'll start with BJ. And I liked your choice of words. Some of them were almost poetic. And I think that this is something that the grammarian looked for. There were no particular grammatical errors that I could find, so it was perfect in that respect. For example, you chose diving into the soothing waters. It's very poetic the way you put that. You drenched, stunned, and gasping. It's a beautiful phrasing that you used. You were hit by an emotional wave. I wish I could read my own handwriting. Otherwise I'd go a lot faster here. You were hit by an emotional wave. It's beautifully done. You had 3 filters. I like this use of 3. You made very, very good use of that. It adds a rhythm to things. Your preposition, your predisposition, your learned behavior, and your beliefs. You know, this helps you to remember things. So it's an excellent choice of words. So I would say in summary that your use of this 3 and that rhythm is a very, very good thing. And that's my comment as far as grammar is concerned. Anand, on the internet down, you know what? I suggest that next time you surreptitiously disconnect the router. Maybe with a secret switch or something like that. But I liked your phrase, like a politician making a statement coming in there. This gives you a visualization of something. And but there was one thing, a very minor thing. The question was why the internet is down. It should be why is the internet down. However, you were quoting your wife, so you're.
Don't tell her.
You sometimes got the present tense mixed up with the past tense. And it's nice, it's a very good technique sometimes to describe a story in the present tense. But you kept on going back and forth, which sometimes sounded a little bit odd. So, and by the way, I think you did that too a little bit. Or maybe Jay. Vivian, with your speech about the mentors, you had 3 strategies. You again used this technique of 3s, which I thought was excellent. And you, for example, said, instead of learning from me, I'm learning from everyone. There's a rhythm to that. And you said at the end, no mentors, no problem. Very, very well phrased. And as far as the table topic speakers, I'm not too critical there. It's informal, and it just is not. There were no particular errors. Thank you.
Last but not least, first-time general evaluator, Kate.
Woo!
Okay. No, about a minute.
All right. I think this is one of the idea, the best, the Toastmasters Day, right? Like everybody did a great job. Speakers, evaluators, functionaries, right? I think everybody was perfect. Just coming back, with some high-level evaluations about the speakers, VJ, I think it sounded like a very well-practiced, rehearsed, with 0 errors. Beginning was very strong, and I think you took me into that moment, right? You could really visualize some of those things you were talking about. And some of the phrases were very powerful, like you mentioned about, and a lot of learning, right? You're talking about challenging your beliefs, emotion, before taking any reactions to some incidents. So great learning there. Yeah, like, I think you made a good use of the stage and everything. I think one of the improvement areas which I felt would have, made your speech more effective was the transition. When you make a transition from one thought to another thought, I felt like there were certain areas where you had a very long pause, and if you had, equal amount of pauses across ideas, then it would have been a smooth, flow of ideas from one thought to another. That was one observation I had. Anand, I think it's amazing, how you can convert a daily incident, into a speech. I think it's a very challenging job, and by bringing in so much of humor and so much of, phrases, that make people laugh, right? That's terrific, I cannot imagine, just looking at a daily household event and how can you convert that into a speech. So I think there's a lot of thought born behind that, and of course, a lot of humor. So great. I think the closure was very powerful, right? After all that, what you said is a strong connection doesn't come from the router. So it was more like a climax, We talked about a lot of these things, and finally there was a different kind of a learning from that whole speech. So that was amazing. Vivian, I think my takeaway from your speech is your presence on the stage is very mature compared to some of the speakers like us, right? So I can see that it comes with a lot of experience. And for me, the learning, right, was about the mentorship. I think you completely changed the way we look at the mentorship. For me, mentorship is like, you find a mentor, there is someone, right, you look forward to, and you learn from him. So you completely change the perception of what a mentorship is all about. Mentorship is everywhere, right? You can look at every incident, every opportunity into a mentorship. So it's a different way of, changing the perception of people about the mentorship. So great learning there too. So I think everything was perfect. It's a great Toastmaster.
Nice job, Kate, first time. How did the Toastmaster do tonight?
TOM.
Next time.
We made shirts one time that said, "Be like Tom."
No, next
I made
time.
him a shirt.
That's right. It's his first time. All right. Seriously, though, I had a great time being a Toastmaster tonight. We're ending on time. Oh yeah. So announcement of our table topics winner. B, do you have?
You can say it.
Okay.
That's what we do.
I don't think we'll be surprised that our winner today was Adam.
Hey!
since Adam isn't yet a member, he's on a time.
See, that's you guys lawyer, doing your lawyer stuff there.
So that's one of the perks of being a member. You get,
$500 crypto.
Oh,
Does he know about the crypto? Las Gatos crypto?
Oh yeah,
coins?
we're working on
Las
our
Gatos.
Las Gatos crypto coin. The good news is you have $50 of Las Gatos crypto Toastmasters currency. The bad news is we're working out a bunch of kinks, and you may owe us money right now. But two quick announcements. September is invoice season for dues, so be on the lookout for an email blast to be a Square invoice come to you via email, payable by the end of the month, because October 1 starts the next 6-month fiscal half year for all the Toastmasters clubs. So be on the lookout for that. Probably go out this weekend. Secondly, but more importantly, September 14th. It's a Sunday. We're having our end of the summer potluck social, 2 p.m., my house, Sunday afternoon. Bring your favorite dish. We're going to have a lot of fun. We have socials now and then, and it's just a good chance to get to know our fellow Toastmasters outside of the club. So everybody's welcome. You're also welcome to bring your significant others if you want to. And I'll be sending out, or not,
Or leave them
I'll
alone.
be sending out messages in trouble, but I'd love to see everybody there. We have a good time. Okay, Chris, wrap it up.
Great job. You always make us laugh. It's just not the same when you're not here. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I remember when Tom came in, and he was this tall, kind of quiet guy, and met him about 5 years ago, and he was practicing to be the officiant. Now here you are.
Yeah.
I mean, we're here, and we have all these new faces and new stories and new experiences that everyone is more than willing to share. And I think the thing that resonates with me most is what Vivian said tonight about there's a teacher in all of us. There's teachers everywhere around the world. There's teachers all around the table tonight. And so let's continue learning and growing together, because this is the place to do it. All right? Everyone have a good night. Thank
Good job. The one thing I didn't say about your speech was you said you were going to be funny, and you were funny. It was a humor speech, but it was like very entertaining throughout the speech. So thank you. Yeah.
Next video, go to new subscriber.